Oh, what's up you guys? I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre. Welcome back to the channel and this Apex Legends video, and I have a new theory to discuss with you guys. What if I told you that Hammond Robotics knew Horizon was coming back from her trip to the black hole and built this giant rocket in anticipation of her arrival? It was meant for Horizon the entire time because they actually intended to hire Horizon and use her knowledge to further their own scientific research. Now, the pieces for this puzzle are scattered across the last couple seasons through the loading screens and the quests as well. So we're going to start at the most recent information and work our way backwards. In the Season 7 Battle Pass, there's a loading screen, and it features a letter from Dr. Mary Summers, aka Horizon, back to someone known as Miss Tobin, and it's someone who was a Hammond representative trying to offer Hammond's services to Dr. Horizon to aid her in her time travel research. But after her run-in with Dr. Reed, who left her stranded in space, Horizon is very hesitant to actually work with anybody else but herself and decides that she's just going to raise all the money that she needs from fighting in the Apex games and rejects Hammond Robotics' kindly offer. Now, that in and of itself isn't proof that Hammond anticipated her arrival, but there's a couple of pieces of information that were found in Season 6 that now make a whole lot more sense considering what was discovered here in Season 7. One of the more obvious connections that can be made came from the Season 6 gameplay trailer, which featured a voiceover monologue from Apex Games Commissioner Kuben Blisk. And at the very end of the trailer, he spoke of something big on the horizon. And then immediately after that, we see a shot of the giant rocket Arcadia that was waiting to depart from World's Edge and in the future was going to Olympus. Just take a look.
Something big is on the horizon. And remember, I'll be watching.
Now, Captain Obvious might tell you that something big on the horizon was a heavy-handed reference to our future legend, and that might be true. However, I think it goes a little bit deeper than that. And the clues for this were discovered by Crypto in a Season 6 loading screen, where he's trying to figure out the purpose and destination of the rocket recently mounted on World's Edge. He's looking at its shipping manifest and finds it contains a ton of scientific research equipment and materials, and a final destination that shocks him, which of course turns out to be Olympus. And it seems awfully convenient that months before Horizon would return, Hammond Robotics would go about purchasing her old home and research station and fill it with scientific research equipment and materials. And then as soon as she returns, would immediately offer her their help in her time travel research. However, there is one further piece of information in that manifest that convinces me without a doubt they definitely knew Horizon was coming home. For you see, the authorization for this rocket in the first place was written by someone named Lillian Peck. And if that sounds at all familiar, that's because she was the person who founded Olympus. I talked about this in my video yesterday, The Secret History of Olympus. And it was created in the year 2640 by a billionaire humanitarian, Lillian Peck, who in fact was also the same person that hired Horizon to come to Olympus in the first place to solve the energy crisis. Now, this raises two very interesting possibilities. One is the possibility that Lillian Peck, the founder of Olympus, might still be alive over a century later, hoping to reconnect with her friend Dr. Mary Summers, aka Horizon. Or the more likely possibility is that we're dealing with an ancestor of Lillian Peck, because the manifest features a Lillian spelled with only one L, where the Lillian Peck, founder of Olympus, is spelled with two L's. So it's very likely this lady is a daughter or perhaps granddaughter of Lillian Peck and is now trying to restart Olympus, is trying to recreate the utopia that their ancestors had once envisioned it to be and bring about the golden age that was always meant to come from the creation of Olympus. But I may be also getting ahead of myself with the wishful thinking on the positive intentions of this Lillian Peck. Because after all, they are affiliated with Hammond Robotics, who is definitely connected to the Mercenary Syndicate, and they are not up to any good. They are definitely up to some nefarious deeds here, and it remains to be seen what exactly they want to do with Horizon and what exactly they want to do with Olympus. I definitely believe there's some connections between this scientific research equipment and the Rift, the phase technology, and its increasing instability. I definitely know there's a connection to be found there. There's obviously Wraith, the only person we know in present-day Apex that can harness phase technology, and the experiments that created her must be connected to the phase runner research that occurred here in Olympus. And I believe that research happened under the leadership of Dr. Reed, the same scientist that betrayed Horizon and left her stranded in space. It's very likely that she became the new head of Peck Labs after stranding Horizon into space, and it's very likely that she was conducting that phase runner research when the explosions initially occurred, and that might even be how she turned into Ash. Wait, what's that? You didn't know about that theory? Well, if you want to know about the theory that Dr. Reed is in fact Ash, go ahead and click the video you see on your screen right now. And if you guys want to stay up to date on all these awesome Apex Legends theories and news, consider clicking that subscription button and hitting the notification bell. In the meantime, I'm not amazing, I'm just mediocre, and I'm out.